Well, we've all had that one person who likes to block our success. And you know who that person is. It's usually a person that you once loved and trusted, right? So that is usually called either a narcissist or a flying monkey. And if you're not familiar with the term flying monkey, I'm going to explain it in a moment. But how does this tie into finance therapy? Well, flying monkeys, as well as narcissists, really work hard to stop your success. And they work really incredibly hard to discredit you. And that, of course, can turn into a loss of income or a loss of self enrichment, where you might be bettering yourself to get that job or gain that education. So let's look at what all of this means. So, number one, the narcissist that may or may not be in your life right now, because sometimes the narcissist has blown in and blown out of your life, and sometimes they're a boomerang. In fact, often they're a boomerang because they come into your life, leave, and then swoop back in later on. So this is what happens. A narcissist may be in your life. Maybe it is a coworker, maybe it's a friend. Well, you know what I mean. I'm using air quotes with friend. Or it could be someone that you were dating. It could even be a family member. But this narcissist is in your life, and they might not have NPD, but they could just be a really self-centered, toxic person to you. And this person, for whatever reason, doesn't want you to succeed. Usually that reason is so that they can feel A, better about themselves, or B, they can control you. Sometimes it's both. Usually it's one of those two. And so what happens is this narcissist then wants to know everything about you. They want to be your buddy. Now, this is even if it's a family member. They kind of get chummy with you. They just want to know what makes you tick. They will give you lots of compliments. They'll tell you how great you are, and they do all of these really syrupy types of behaviors because they're love bombing you. So if it's especially someone who really isn't in your day-to-day life, but then they swoop in and they're giving you lots of compliments, you can be sure 99.9% that this person is probably love bombing you. If you're not familiar with the term love bombing is when someone is giving you lots of false compliments, gifts sometimes, all in a form of making you feel like you're everything to them, that they really value you, which is what love bombing is all about. But what it really is all about underneath all of that superficial is that it is a manipulation. So, okay, we've got the love bombing now. Now you are beginning to trust this person. And now they want to know who are the most important people in your life. Now, they usually don't say it to you in that way. They'll just ask you general questions. And if you, for instance, are dating someone who's a narcissist and they say something about your family and you mention that your mom is your best friend and you and your sister get along great, but there's a little friction between you and your sister, and maybe you have a couple of friends and you have that one friend that always seems to be a little bit negative towards you, but you're really working on that relationship and she's had a hard life and you understand it. Well, guess what? That narcissist is indexing all of that. And what they do is they swoop in and they get chummy with your mom. And you're feeling like this is great because you love your mom's your best friend. And now this person who you don't realize is a narcissist is becoming close friends with your mom, and you just love that. They also are talking to your sister, but they're telling you, yeah, I can see how your sister's jealous of you. They might even be talking to your friends. They might be adding your friends on social networking, and they might say about that one friend who you have friction with, they might say, oh, I see what the problem is. Yeah, they're really self-centered. Then what happens behind your back is sort of their magic, right? Behind your back, they're telling your mom that you're overworked, that you shouldn't be going back to school the way you say that you want to go get your master's degree. You're too tired. They're going to tell your sister, get this, that you are jealous of her. They're going to get chummy with your friend and maybe hit on her because they suddenly understand that no one gets her, not even you, because there's a friction that they sense that you have with them. So do you see what I'm saying? This narcissist kind of weasels in. It's not usually overnight. It takes a little time, but they are masters at doing it. They are masters at puppeting all of the people around them. Pretty soon, here's where it becomes more financial. They are discrediting you slowly and surely. And listen, evolutionary speaking, we are all storytellers. We have to tell stories in order to give a beginning and ending of experiences in our lives, right? We know this from the walls on a cave. We know that there's always stories present. And so what happens with the narcissist is they are weaving stories and you are in that story, but you're not the hero or the shero. You're the villain because the narcissist is always the victim, even a grandiose narcissist. Even if they're wearing that hero cape, they're somehow a victim from you. Whether it's you're abusing them or using them, they will make you the villain. So this is a reality though. In almost every story, there is a victim and a villain. They might not paint you as a villain, but they will paint themselves as a victim. And the way we're wired, we often will try to make the puzzle pieces connect. And what makes sense to us if we hear that one person is constantly the victim and they're in a relationship with someone else, well, we deduct that maybe the other person is the villain in some way. The other person has some kind of a deficit in some way. Now, when I say that they discredit you, they discredit your abilities, your mental health. They will do whatever they can to discredit you. If it's in the job, they'll say that you've been messing up, they've been helping fix things, you've been going to them for support. They will create lies, but they will do just enough where they will make sure that they go over to your desk or have you go to their desk. They'll call you over, they'll text you, they'll call you. You will be standing at their desk. They will be chit-chatting with you, always so that the boss can see that you are standing at their desk. This is setting up the big landscape where they can then say to the boss, oh, so-and-so was coming up to me, they needed help. And again, we have to put stories together, and this is what the person does. They will create this dynamic where the boss will say, well, yeah, I guess I did see that happening. So people don't mean to do it, but they create what they think is a reality in the gaps of the story. And the narcissist is really good at doing that. So when they are discrediting you, they are making you have a lower value in the eyes of the people around you, whether it's at work, in your family, with your friendships, you get a lower and lower value. Just think of the word discredit, credit being a credit score, and discrediting is an emotional credit score, basically, that's lowering. And so when you are being discredited, you are being blocked from success. And that is how the narcissist employs flying monkeys. The flying monkeys are all the people around them to do their dirty work, because pretty soon it's your friend, it's your mom, it's your boss. All of these people have input of why you should just take it easy, or maybe you should be supporting the narcissist more. And at that point, you've already built the narcissist up to everyone because you've been love bombed and you feel like this narcissist at one point was great. And now when you complain about the narcissist, their behavior is not going to match what everybody has been seeing over the past weeks, months, or years. And so if you want to dive more into this, I have a book. It's only $2.99 because I want to make sure that everyone can get to it. And it's on Amazon right now. And it is appropriately called Narcissists, Flying Monkeys, and Financial Abuse. You can also reach me over at thefinancetherapist.com. I would love to interact more with you. I also have a free weekly newsletter with tips and inspiration on how to get more money and save more and understand investing more, all educational, focusing on the emotions behind money and also the logic behind money, as well as the emotions in dealing with people who are the narcissist and the flying monkeys in your life, learning to get love, get the life that you desire. All right, I will talk to you soon.